Hey guys, I'm Miles. Over at Sendero, we know managing a healthcare system's digital transformation in the telehealth space when the landscape is changing every day can be a challenge. Sure, you're managing patient records via an EMR and leveraging your new video chat software for some visits, but adopting telehealth is just the start. Optimization is your next step. As a manager at Sendero, it's my goal to share with you some of the same tips and insights we provide for our own clients in the healthcare industry. There are 3 key considerations all healthcare leaders, no matter the size, should be aware of when determining how to optimize their telehealth offerings: technology and solution integration, an effective operational model, and advertising and education. For each of these, we'll walk through the intended business results, examples across varying organizational maturity levels, and a high-level idea of what implementation might look like. Throughout the video, I'll be referring to a scale that you can use to determine the maturity of your own telehealth offerings. This maturity model was released this past year and is available to access from the link in the description if you'd like to refer to it while following along. Let's jump right in. First off, let's talk about technology and solution integration. There are a lot of tools out there, like a lot, but as you look at the tools you have today, how well integrated are they with one another? And if you're looking for new tools, how can you be thinking of opportunities for integration to fill those strategic gaps? But before we dive into that, let's see where your organization falls on the maturity model when it comes to tech integration. Do you rely on point solutions or use freeware? Have you integrated your revenue cycles management with your EMR? Whatever the case may be, these are important questions to think about to get from where you are today to fully optimizing your offerings. How do you find and plan for the right technologies, and why is there an urgency to address this? Consider these 3 areas. It starts at the patient level. Having a fully integrated platform is directly linked to increasing the overall patient experience, reducing patient frustration, and improving patient loyalty. Think about avoiding common patient frustrations like patient login issues and juggling different apps to access their healthcare. From a value standpoint, what kind of functionality are you getting out of the products you're using today? Eliminate costly solutions that are not providing flexibility with respect to your size, and be critical of the evolving capabilities that your vendors provide. The partnership you have with vendors should be a mutually beneficial one that ultimately aims to help patients. Lastly, investing in solutions that provide flexibility will allow you to expand and scale the platform to offer additional virtual services in the future. The big question is how. How do you wrap your arms around something like this with so many moving parts? The key is to have a plan, especially when it comes to a large implementation. It's important to establish a team that can help you define, choose, and build a solution that supports your organization's business model and objectives. Whether that team is Sendero or another trusted partner, make sure that your guiding principles for an implementation plan always maintain a steady focus on enhancing the patient experience. In other words, don't sweat the small stuff. Consideration 2, operational model. The tools you've put in place and now integrated are key to your organization's success. But what good do they do if your people aren't equipped to use them effectively? Where's the value in owning a tool that's not being used to its full potential? Defining roles, responsibilities, and administrative processes enables you to prepare your organization for the proper adoption of these tools, ultimately ensuring your patients are getting the optimal experience from a well-equipped staff. Let's walk through what optimizing your organization's telehealth offerings from an operational perspective may look like. Providers that are hectically juggling visit types amongst patients and applications with no strategy for scheduling, staff development, or patient support will eventually see an increase in patient wait times and subsequently a decrease in patient loyalty. After integrating your tools, it is crucial to adopt an organizational strategy to support your providers and serve patients well. As patient demand or organization objectives change, having the ability to scale your telehealth platform's infrastructure and operational support is critical. Keep in mind that committing the right amount of funding will always be a point of consideration. Recognize that investments can vary based on the needs, requirements, and size of your organization. When it comes to the how, it starts with assessing your organization's current resources and processes with a critical eye. We've found that evaluating the processes and people to design purposeful and effective role-based teams is paramount. And similar to that last consideration, when looking at your organizational design, remember to focus on the patient experience and how your support structure affects the quality of your telehealth service. That's the priority, so let's not lose sight of it. Consideration 3, advertise and awareness. So we've talked about back-end solution integration and evaluating your operational models. Our final key consideration is spreading the word about your telehealth services. Simply put, promote adoption, both internally and externally, by developing a robust change management plan. Let's say you've implemented the previous 2 considerations, but what if the patient communities, both existing and prospective, aren't aware that you've expanded your virtual health offerings? Or if your staff doesn't fully understand the capabilities of the platform? Then you essentially have a Lamborghini sitting in the garage with no wheels, which means it's not getting used and it's not being seen. So let's talk about the role that advertising and communications play in a change management strategy. As part of that strategy, prior to taking your platform to market, developing a communication plan during your build-out is vital. Ensuring that training and awareness are provided to the staff while also managing advertising efforts to patients will increase the overall understanding of your offerings and cultivate that new standard of continued care. When executed the right way, awareness and education strategies can bolster the quality of your end product, drive engagement with patients, and increase your market reach as a whole. We've seen that by involving your marketing team early on in the process to develop an effective communication plan, your patients and staff come away with a better holistic understanding of these expanding platforms. Deploying an organizational change management plan can foster adoption both internally and externally through advertising and awareness. These will ultimately build advocates for your services and expand your reach. The key determinant of your platform's success is if the business solution is simple and effective for both the patient and provider. That's the true end goal, which means your success should be measured by the user experience. So let's recap. It's not just about standing up telehealth. It's about optimizing it to produce greater results. And you can do that through technology integration, improving your operational model, and providing education and awareness of your new offerings. Well, that's it. Feel free to comment or ask questions below. Check out a little more in the link in the description or head over to our website, senderoconsulting.com. Thanks for watching, y'all.